Hello. Welcome back to another video. Today we're reacting to this actually hurt to watch. If you saw my last video, you'll know that this was the last one that popped up. It's the vice presidential debate. I listened to both debates. Both presidential debates I listened to, both Trump v. Biden and Trump v. Harris. Ones that I didn't listen to because I was this one, so this will be interesting to watch. They're like, does he have the full video here? No, this is search for can you not, or actually I don't care if you start being annoying right now since doing anything. How long was it? Oh, it was 2 hours long. Okay, we'll watch this one and then I might do a reaction video to the other, or I might just listen to it.
The vice presidential debate between J.D. Vance and
let's
Tim
get into it.
Started with Walz looking like he was on whatever Biden did during his debate.
Why does he look so terrified? Biden looks lost and confused. Walz looks so fucking terrified. He looks like he's telling the viewers, please don't hurt me. I didn't sign up for this. I was forced into this position. I couldn't say no. That's literally what his face looks like, just sheer terror. It looks like someone's holding a gun to his head. Not gonna lie.
And immediately got stuck on one word like Kamala.
Fundamental.
Oh, God.
Donald Trump.
But at least he could speak, because like Trump on ABC's debate, CBS tried to make it 3-on-1 as well.
We haven't built a nuclear...
Oh, God. Why? Bro. Honestly, this is what pisses me off. Sorry, I'm eating an apple. I was just craving a fucking apple hard. But yeah. It sucks ass because they need to have a debate. So, but like, I feel like they should be like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna have a debate unless it's with these people who are gonna be fair, because this happens. Shit.
Facility, I think, won in the past 40 years.
Senator,
natural gas that we're doing
Senator,
worse by the climate.
Senator, your time is up.
Tim,
Governor, your time is up. Senator,
well, Margaret, but
thank you.
Senator, we have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important because
we're going to turn out of the economy. Thank
Margaret,
you.
the rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
Oh yeah, get put in your place, woman. Why is it 2 women for the VP and a man and a woman for the other one? Like, what? Did they need like a woman per man or some shit? Like, what?
Thank you, Senator, for this.
This isn't like, I'm not shitting on like the women. I'm shitting on their choices of news anchors and the fact that they happen to be women. If they were dudes and they were still like this, I'd still be criticizing them and shit. Don't get me wrong. Just that it's what they chose for this. So it's what I have to base it on. But like, she is like so
Describing the legal process. We have so much to get to, Senator. The audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want to get to. Thank you for explaining.
No, I think the audiences can't hear us because you're just talking over him when you're just supposed to be a moderator.
The legal process. Nora.
Thank you, Margaret.
But to their credit,
what the fuck would you know about the legal process? You're a news reporter for CBS.
after J.D. Vance called them out, they did slam Walz for yet another lie about his shady past.
Oh yeah, because they have to, because they got called out.
You said you were in Hong Kong during the deadly Tiananmen Square protests in the spring of 1989. But Minnesota Public Radio and other media outlets are reporting that he actually didn't travel to Asia until August of that year.
Ooh.
Can you explain that discrepancy?
Yeah, well, and to the folks out there who didn't get at the top of this, look, I grew up in small rural Nebraska, town of
What does that have to do with anything?
400, town that you rode your bike.
Really?
With your buddies till the streetlights come on, and I'm proud of that service. I joined the National Guard at 17, worked on family farms, and then I used the GI Bill to become a teacher, passionate about it, a young teacher. My first year out, I got the opportunity in the summer of '89 to travel to China. Or whether it was being a good soldier or it was being a good member of Congress, those are the things that I think are the values that people care about.
You're a disgrace.
Governor, just to follow up on that, the question was, can you explain the discrepancy?
All I said on this was
he avoided the question. I'm glad they actually backtracked. Because he pulled a Kamala. He started rambling, hoping that people would forget about the question. And people probably did forget about the question. But because they were already called out by JD Vance for bias, for clear bias, they have to now go at him, or else it's very obvious and blatant, even though we already know that they're only doing it just so that way it doesn't appear bias, even though it is.
as I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just...
You got... How do you misspeak? I'm sorry, what? You're running for vice president and you can't even be honest and speak correctly and articulate correctly? That's insane to me, man.
That's what I've said. So I was in...
Yeah, sure, JD Vance was stuttering earlier, but the only reason he was stuttering is because they were fucking interrupting him and talking over him. They literally wouldn't let him get a word out.
Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests went in. And from that, I...
But you weren't there. They literally just said you weren't there during the protest. You were there after. So you're still lying.
A lot of what needed to be in governance.
Thank you, guys.
Really? You learned a lot about what needs to be in governance, like communism, maybe? Because you're obviously not telling the truth about when you got there. So what the fuck could you have learned?
Governor.
So just like when he blamed Grammar for his stolen valor, he's blaming being a knucklehead.
Oh, he has actual stolen valor. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, man. I'm not a conventional veteran, but I'm still a veteran. Fuck you. To anyone who says I'm not. I have my DD-214s. You can suck my cock. I don't care if you think I'm a veteran or not. Legally, I'm a veteran. But that is just fucking insane.
That misspeaks when talking about his history, as that meltdown yet again takes something insignificant and blows it up into a scandal, because simply put, he's a liar and a bad one at that, as he repeats Harris's same debunked fear-mongering talking points.
Their Project 2025 is gonna...
Oh my god, here we go with Project 2025. Trump already said he had no clue what that is, he hasn't read it, and he has no ties to it. But people are like, oh, well, you talked to this person who's tied into it, so clearly you have ties to it. Like, that's not how it works. If that's how it works, then if someone robs a bank, everyone who fucking applied is accountable by that logic.
Gonna have a registry.
Like, you're gonna hold Trump accountable for people he's talked to, has done, for people that it makes no sense.
Of pregnancies,
which JD Vance quickly dissolved.
Senator, do you want to respond to the governor's claim? Will you create a federal pregnancy monitoring agency?
No, Nora, certainly we won't.
So Walz went right back into the next lie.
Eliminate access to infertility treatments.
I would have liked to have heard what he said. I will say that I would have liked to have heard Vance's response to that,
so
instead
many
of just cutting right to Wallace's next shit.
Listening, me included, infertility. So why have a child? That's...
So yeah, I'll probably actually listen to the debate, and I'll probably record an entire video on that. It's gonna be long as shit though, but yeah.
It's nobody else's business, but those things are being proposed.
Where he said this before.
Yeah, first of all, it was up to him. I wouldn't have a family because of IVF and the things that we need to do reproductive. My kids were born through that that way.
But even CNN has called him out on it.
This is what Governor Walz said on MSNBC while criticizing JD Vance. Take a listen.
JD Vance knows nothing about that. And then then he keeps going into all of these things. Today's
think about
IVF
what?
day. Thank God for IVF. My wife and I have 2 beautiful children.
That's not accurate, right? I mean, it wasn't IVF.
As not only was
Damn, that's insane. He lied about his wife having IVF. That's so fucked up towards all the women that can only have kids through IVF. If I was a woman and I could only have kids through IVF, I'd be so pissed off at the fact that the vice president is lying. Or not the vice president. The vice president nominee is lying over his family having to be produced through IVF. I'd be livid. Cause you think to yourself, you hear that, and you'd think to yourself, oh my god, he understands my struggles, like his family. But then you'll see that it's utter bullshit, and that he didn't actually have, his family wasn't a byproduct of IVF. And it's like, and I personally would be like, wow, cool. So you tried to play on my emotions and sympathy to get my vote? Fuck you. That's how I see it, though.
Walz lying about his treatment, he was lying about Trump's opposition to the treatment.
I'm announcing today in a major statement that under the Trump administration, your government will pay for, or your insurance company will be mandated to pay for, all costs associated with IVF treatment, fertilization
Holy shit, that's actually really good.
for women.
If he could get that to pass, where if that actually were to pass, that would be so good for women who can only get pregnant through IVF. Because not that many women can afford IVF. IVF is an expensive as fuck treatment. Let's see here. Is it gonna pop up here? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. IVF. Here. The cost of in vitro fertilization can widely vary, but a single cycle typically ranges from 12 to 30 or more. Could you imagine? Could you imagine not even making up to 30 grand a year and then hearing that you have to pay more than this to have kids? Like, if that goes through, this would help out so many women in America, dude. Like, so many, like, holy shit, dude. Women who want kids but can't have them would actually be able to have their kids and shit. Because IVF would be way more affordable. That's fucking insanely good. That's an insanely good policy, dude.
IVF treatment.
So like clockwork,
Like, bro, that's game that if he wins and that goes through, that's game changing for our country in terms of maintaining population control and ensuring that our birth rate doesn't decline. Cause holy shit, dude. That's actually amazing. That's a really great policy.
Governor, I do want to let you respond to the allegation that the vice president is letting in
Well, of course, that's not true. And again, you have the facts. I guess we agreed not.
There's literally news there. You can literally see them crossing rivers and shit into America and not being stopped by Border Patrol. What?
to fact check. I'll check it. That look, crossings are down compared to when Donald Trump left office.
That's a load of crap. They actually went up.
as even most Democrats acknowledge,
Yeah.
crossings have skyrocketed ever since Biden.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. Holy shit.
Biden asked them to
Bruh. Holy shit, dude. This is double this. This is literally double. Holy shit. 4 times the amount during Obama. During Obama's midterm. And twice as many during Trump's midterm. And it only skyrocketed even more the next year. Holy shit, dude. That's insane.
Surge the border. We talked about the wide open situation in Texas and Arizona.
Oh yeah, that was fucking insane. The fact that they were actually securing their borders and the fucking Supreme Court basically gave these fucking immigrants rights. That's insane. I believe that immigrants don't have rights in your country. They're immigrants. They're not citizens. They don't contribute anything to society in terms of like social security and shit like that. There's no actual like security for retirement and shit through immigrants because they don't have to follow our laws that the citizens do. So this is fucking insane, dude.
Arizona, the murky circumstances of who exactly is walking through Biden's borders, the mysterious beach landings that are happening in California.
Yeah, like, oh my god, dude. Like, holy shit, dude. A lot of the immigrants that are crossing over are a detriment. Like, it's just bad. It's too many people coming in at once without being checked what their background is. That's my issue with it. I have no issue with people wanting to come with this country and better their lives and actually create a better life for themselves and wanting to live the American dream. Fuck it. You know what? Come on over. Live the American dream. What I have an issue with is when our border is fucking open and we just let anyone and everyone come in. Because you don't know who's coming. You don't know who the fuck all those people are. You don't know what backgrounds they have. You don't know if they're gang members, they're rapists, they're fucking... You don't know what they are. Drug dealers. And it's like... A lot of them, like, it's horrible. Not to mention that the whole immigration business is a fucking horrendous, dude. The illegal smuggling of people into our country is just fucking terrible, man. Because majority of the time, those people are essentially families, women and children, who are trying to escape the horrible lives of their country and come to America to better themselves. And then they end up getting extorted by the coyotes who bring them over. Not all the coyotes, you know, some of them are like actually trying to help, but nowadays a lot of them are run by cartels. So it's like you're essentially giving yourself up to the cartel, which is fucking terrible in itself as well, dude. Owing your life to the cartel and always having to look over your shoulder and always living in fear. That's fucking horrendous, man. Like, that's just a terrible way to live, dude. It's saddening, man. Families being destroyed by the fucking monsters that take advantage of them and that want to come over here and better themselves.
Where they leave behind $10,000 boats with black SUVs waiting for them on the streets. All
yeah, that's also insane.
2 days ago, when Kamala finally decided to address the border, only to immediately be called out by the Border Patrol. Which brings us to the most insane
that's hilarious.
thing said ever during a political debate.
We want to turn now to America's gun violence epidemic.
I've spent
time
in Finland and seen some Finnish schools. They don't have this happen, even though they have a high gun ownership rate in the country.
And I appreciate what
yeah, that says a lot. It really does says a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, the Finnish have a high gun ownership, but they're not having these issues. Wow, it's almost like they know that everyone is armed, and if someone tries some shit, they could immediately get shot down by someone else.
Tim said actually about Finland, because I do think it illustrates some of the frankly weird differences between our own country's gun violence problem and Finland. Is okay, first of all,
and I have no idea why Walls wanted to open up the discussion as to why
Finland
doesn't see the same crimes as the states, because But J.D. Vance brought it back to law enforcement.
Another driver of the gun violence epidemic, especially that affecting our kids, it doesn't earn as many headlines, but is the terrible gun violence problem in a lot of our big cities. And this is why we have to empower law enforcement to arrest the bad guys, put them away, and take gun offenders off the streets.
I also feel like we should ensure that the people we're giving badges to are actually sound of mind and shit and aren't gonna go on a power trip, because I've seen so many videos of cops just going on power fucking trips over no reason other than I'm a cop, you have to listen to what I say. It's like, no, you're a civil servant, get off your high horse, my dude. Your duty is to uphold the Constitution, not uphold whatever your morals tell you.
And then Tim said this.
I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look.
It was so off-putting and strange.
What the fuck? That's not something you want to hear.
Down and asked about it immediately after.
Your strongest moment was tonight.
Oh, just I think it was a good debate. The public got to see a contrast, and I think the ending sums it up. The democracy issue is important.
Governor, you said you become friends with school shooters during the debate. Can you clarify what you meant on that?
Yeah.
Can you clarify what you meant when you said you'd be friends with school shooters?
So
he's ignoring them, huh?
Because obviously he answered the question before it, and it's not like it didn't happen, as everybody online is talking about it, including everybody in that room with Tim.
That's insane, dude.
Saying it's a 90-minute televised debate. I messed up and meant to say I've befriended a lot of school victims, or made friends at schools that teach how to shoot safely. I don't know. Just anything that isn't literally hiding.
I genuinely don't know how you could phrase that any way that would sound good. That sounds fucking horrible, dude. What? You're friends with school shooters? That's fucking insane, dude. And then you pretend like you're suddenly Joe Biden, can't hear shit. Damn, that says a lot about you.
Hiding behind your wife. Because let's just say he does become vice president. He's going to make mistakes, everybody does. But if he misspeaks to Russia, or has bad grammar with Iran, we're gonna need leaders that can do better than hide behind their wives or cackle about being a middle-class kid. And now that the world is up close, even CNN can't defend him.
I think there was a clear lack of preparation and execution here on Wall Street.
I think actually it's the opposite. I think he had too much preparation.
Maybe.
The lack of interviews that he has done with national media, with local media, it showed. He needed more reps.
MSNBC was actually mad about it.
I'll be real with you. You didn't even need to separate those two together. You could have just said the fact that he hasn't done interviews nationwide in general says a lot. You could have lumped them together. I feel like you didn't need to separate them, because it makes it seem like one is more important than the other, which it's not. News is news, and it's important all around for the truth to be covered. Because the truth needs to be covered. That's what the news is there for. It's to inform the people of the truth. But like that has nothing to do with this. It's just me being like, why is she like separating the two? I guess it shows more that how I guess it really goes. I guess she separated it because it can show that he hasn't done interviews at both the local